thread of friendship, tangled by love. Ame and Clara had been inseparable since they were children. Growing up in the small coastal town of Marisport, their bond was as deep and unshakable as the ocean waves that crashed against the cliffs near their homes. They shared everything, secrets whispered under starlit skies, laughter echoing through sun-drenched meadows, and even tears when life became too heavy to bear alone. But all of that changed one summer when Rayan arrived. Rayan moved to Marisport at the start of June, a mysterious newcomer with dark, tousled hair and eyes like storm clouds. He rented a cottage on the edge of town, far enough from prying eyes but close enough to draw curiosity. The first time Ame and Clara saw him was during their morning walk along the beach. He stood there, barefoot in the sand, sketching something in a worn leather notebook. His presence intrigued them both, though neither admitted it aloud. "Who do you think he is?" Clara asked, her voice tinged with fascination. "Probably just another tourist," Ame replied dismissively, though she couldn't help stealing glances at him herself. That evening, fate intervened, or perhaps mischief did. As the girls strolled past his cottage, Rayan stepped outside, catching sight of them. With an easy smile, he called out, "Hey, you two look like locals. Any chance you can tell me where I can find the best sunset view around here?" Clara lit up instantly, eager to share her favorite spot, Whispering Cove, a hidden alcove nestled between jagged rocks. Ame hesitated for a moment before reluctantly agreeing to show him the way. What harm could come from helping a stranger? Over the next few weeks, Rayan became a regular part of their lives. He joined them on hikes, listened intently to their stories, and even sketched portraits of them while they talked. Clara found herself drawn to his quiet intensity, the way he seemed to see right through her facade and into her soul. For the first time, she felt truly seen. Ame noticed the shift almost immediately. Clara's laughter grew softer, more reserved, whenever Rayan was near. Her gaze lingered on him longer than it should have. And though Ame tried to brush off the gnawing feeling in her chest, she couldn't deny the growing distance between them. One afternoon, as the three sat together on the cliffs overlooking the sea, Clara finally spoke up. "Rayan, I need to say something." Her voice trembled, and her cheeks flushed pink. Rayan turned to her, his expression unreadable. "What is it, Clara?" I think I might be falling for you," she confessed, her words tumbling out like waves breaking against the shore. The air froze. Ame's heart sank as she watched Rayan's lips curve into a gentle smile. "Clara," he said softly, "I feel the same way." For a brief moment, happiness sparkled in Clara's eyes. But then she glanced at Ame, whose face had gone pale. Guilt flickered across Clara's features. "Ame," she began, reaching out. "It's fine," Ame interrupted, forcing a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "I'm happy for you both." But inside, she wasn't fine. Not at all. As days turned into weeks, the dynamic between the three shifted dramatically. Clara and Rayan spent more time together, leaving Ame to wander the beaches and forests alone. She told herself it was better this way, that love was supposed to conquer all, even friendship. But the ache in her chest only grew stronger. Then came the day when Rayan sought her out. "Ame," he said, finding her sitting on a weathered bench overlooking the harbor. "Can we talk?" She nodded warily, unsure what to expect. They sat in silence for a while, the salty breeze tangling her hair. Finally, Rayan spoke. "I care about Clara deeply," he began, "but lately I've been thinking about you too." Ame's breath hitched. "What are you saying?" "I don't know how or why, but my feelings for you are real, maybe even stronger than what I feel for Clara." His confession hung heavy in the air, raw and unfiltered. Ame stared at him, torn between anger and longing. How dare he make things so complicated? Yet deep down, she couldn't deny the flutter in her chest every time he looked at her. "You can't do this," she whispered. "You can't just split your heart between us." "I know," Rayan admitted, running a hand through his hair, "but I can't ignore what I feel either." The tension reached its peak one rainy evening. Clara confronted Ame after spotting her talking to Rayan earlier that day. "What's going on between you two?" Clara demanded, her voice trembling with hurt and suspicion. "Nothing," Ame insisted, though guilt weighed heavily on her shoulders. He just wanted to talk. Don't lie to me, Clara snapped, tears streaming down her face. I saw the way he looked at you, the way you looked at him. Amy faltered, unable to meet her friend's gaze. Clara, I never meant for any of this to happen. You're my best friend. You mean everything to me. Then why does it feel like you're trying to take him away from me? Clara cried. The accusation cut deeper than any blade. Amy took a step back, overwhelmed by the weight of the situation. Maybe we all need some time apart, she murmured before turning and walking away. Weeks passed without a word between them. Clara avoided Amy at school and around town, while Rayan struggled to navigate the wreckage he'd caused. Ame threw herself into painting, using art as an outlet for her pain. Yet no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't escape the emptiness left by Clara's absence. Finally, one crisp autumn morning, Clara showed up at Ame's doorstep. Her eyes were red-rimmed and her hands trembled as she held out a letter. Read this, she said quietly. It was from Rayan. In it, he explained that he was leaving Marisport for good. He apologized for the chaos he'd brought into their lives and urged them to mend their friendship. Love shouldn't come at the cost of losing someone who matters most, he wrote. Tears streamed down Amy's face as she finished reading. When she looked up, Clara was crying too. I miss you, Clara whispered, more than anything. Amy hesitated, then pulled her into a tight embrace. I miss you too, she choked out. Let's fix this, together. In the months that followed, Ame and Clara worked to rebuild their bond. It wasn't easy, they argued, cried, and faced moments of doubt, but their friendship proved stronger than the storm that had threatened to tear it apart. Though Rayan was gone, his letters served as a reminder of the importance of choosing each other over fleeting emotions. And as they stood side by side on the cliffs once more, watching the sun dip below the horizon, Amy realized something important. True friendship wasn't about avoiding challenges. It was about facing them together, no matter how difficult the journey.